everyone. Welcome to Chapter 9 of our course. Today, we are going to explore a really important topic, ICT Governance Framework. Now, I know the word governance might sound a bit formal or dry, but trust me, this chapter is super relevant. Why? Because whether you are in an IT role, management, or even project planning, governance is what keeps everything running smoothly and safely. So, get comfy, grab your notes, and let's break this down together. Let's start with something you have all heard of: information security, or InfoSec. Basically, this is about protecting information, not just data in a computer, but emails, printed reports, or even conversations. Imagine you are logging into your university portal using a password. That is InfoSec. Or when a company encrypts its email, that is InfoSec again. But here is the thing. Security shouldn't be random. That is where Information Security Governance, or ISG, comes in. ISG is like a blueprint. It tells the organization what should be protected, who is responsible, and how to do it in a way that supports business goals. Without ISG, people will do their own thing, and that opens the door to risk. So, how does ISG fit into the bigger picture? Let me explain it in this way. At the top, we have corporate governance, the overall leadership of the company. Under that, ICT governance handles the strategy and control of technology. Then, ISG zooms in on one important part, which is security. Think of it like a house. Corporate governance sets the house rules. ICT governance manages all the utilities: electricity, water, internet. And ISG, that is your logs, alarm system, and CCTV. All three have to work together. If the alarm doesn't work, it's not just a technical problem, but it is a business risk. Alright, now let's look at how InfoSec governance works in practice. We usually talk about three levels. First, strategic level. This is the big picture, where top leadership decides what is important to protect and what laws or risks we should care about. Second, tactical level. Middle managers translate those goals into policies, like what software to use or who gets access to what. Third, operational level. This is the hands-on team. They do backups, monitor logs, and make sure everything works daily. To guide this process, many companies use ISO 27002. It's a global standard with best practices, like how to manage access, keep systems secure, and protect data. A real-life checklist for keeping things safe. Next, let's talk about COSO. Now, this one originally came from the world of finance, but it's super useful for ICT governance too. COSO helps organizations manage risk and maintain control. Think of it as the backbone of internal controls. It is made up of 5 components. First, control environment, the culture, values, and structure. Second, risk assessment, identifying what could go wrong. Third, control activities, things like approvals, rules, and checks. Fourth, information and communication, getting the right info to the right people. Lastly, monitoring, checking if everything is working properly. COSO basically says, hey, if you want to avoid disasters, set up clear processes, know your risks, and monitor them. It's sound advice, right? Alright, now let's dive into one of the most well-known frameworks, COBIT, COBIT framework. COBIT is designed to help businesses govern and manage their IT. It doesn't tell you how to install a server, but it tells you how to control IT processes, align them with business goals, and track performance. COBIT works around 4 big domains. First, plan and organize, which is cover strategy, goals, budgeting. Second, acquire and implement. It is buying or building systems. Third, deliver and support, to keeping things running. Fourth, monitor and evaluate, for measuring, auditing, and improving. Every domain comes with processes and clear control objective. Plus, there is a maturity model, so you can rate how good your current practices and where you need to improve. Did you know Australia was one of the first countries to create a governance standard just for ICT? It's called AS 8015, and it focuses on one key idea. Governance is about what ICT should be used for, not just how to run it. This standard gives us 6 principles that any good ICT governance should follow. First, define responsibilities clearly. Second, plan ICT to support the business. Third, make fair and smart ICT purchases. Fourth, ensure systems perform when needed. Fifth, follow rules and policies. And lastly, respect human factors and make systems user-friendly. So, it's not just about systems. It is about making decisions that are fair, useful, and sustainable. Now, what are we trying to achieve with ICT governance? There are 5 main goals, and I like to call them the Big 5. First, strategic alignment. Making sure IT supports the business mission. Second, value delivery. Getting benefits from your technology investment. Third, risk management. Spotting and reducing IT that related to the risk. Fourth, resource management. Using your people, systems, and budgets wisely. Fifth, performance measurement, tracking what is working and fixing what is not. If you are wondering, how do I know if my ICT governance is good? Just check if these 5 goals are being met. Now, this is cool, a conceptual map for ICT governance. It shows you how everything fits together. In the center, we have ICT governance. Then, surrounding it, we have got ICT management, ICT systems, governance goals, roles and responsibilities, and information governance. This map is super useful when you are doing an audit, planning improvements, or just trying to explain to someone how your ICT ecosystem works. It's like the GPS of your ICT strategy. And finally, let's look at the ICT governance roadmap. Think of this as your step-by-step journey to good governance. The 10 steps are: first, get leadership commitment. No support, no progress. Second, learn from best practices. You should look around, don't reinvent the wheel. Third, communicate benefits. People need to understand why governance matters. Fourth, assess your current state. What are we now? Fifth, identify the gaps. What is broken or missing? Sixth, develop a future blueprint. What do we want it to look like? 7. Adopt frameworks. COBIT, ITIL, ISO, they are your toolkit. 8. Break it down. Don't do everything at once. 9. Get certified. Build credibility. And lastly, 10. Use technology. Governance tools make life easier. This roadmap helps any organization go from confusion to confidence. Okay, everyone, that wraps up Chapter 9. We covered a lot today: InfoSec, ISG, COSO, COBIT, AS8015, and the 5 goals of ICT governance. We look at maps and road plans, all designed to help organizations make smarter decisions with their technology. Remember, governance is not just theory. It is what connects your IT to real business results. And that is why it matters. So, take time to reflect, review your notes, and think about how this applies to real-world scenarios. And as always, if you have questions, just ask. I'm here to help. See you in the next chapter.